I used to torch all them dudes one-on-one.
Mm-hmm.
Bullock was there. Used to give Bullock crazy work. I'll get all of them, boom, like running through them. And then they'd just be like, look, bro, like, just stick with it. Somebody's gonna see. Like there's gonna be something that breaks for you. Like, you're good. You know what I'm saying? Like, and at that point in time, you gotta remember, like, it's not like you're begging your OGs for a compliment or anything like that. We all grown men, you're not thinking about that. But we all know how good it feels to have somebody be like, you know what?
Yeah.
I see you. Don't worry.
I see you. I'm proud of you. Something. Those little things.
Like I'm gonna show you just a little bit of love when you're down. Like, I'm in Detroit by myself as a 20-year-old.
Yeah.
Full snow, driving a 03 Mitsubishi
and you from
Montero
LA, so you're not
from
used
LA.
to this.
No friends, family, nothing. I'm in there by myself, like in the trenches, not playing. People ask me what's going on. I'm like, bro, they just not playing me, bro. Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? First experience and all that. So like.
What up, everybody? This your boy Theo Pinson here with another episode of Run Your Race with my boy AJ Richardson.
Good morning, beautiful people.
There you go with the morning shit again. And we have a very, very, very special guest, a dear friend to me, brother from another mother, Spencer Dinwiddie.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good morning, good people.
Thank you for coming on the show with us, bro. Like, you know, you're the smartest, most annoying, ignorant person I ever met in my life. But
wonderful combination.
Definitely, I would tell you this, one of the smartest people I ever met in my life, really. But as you can, Spencer, I don't know if you've seen the show. You told me you watched a couple clips. But what we do here, me and AJ started a little podcast of just about our race. Our race is going from high school to college to the league, or in the business world, just going from high school, college to the real
execs, all that.
Like, just figuring it all out. So we just wanted to bring you on, and I know you because I know you got an interesting story. You've been through a whole lot. So where we're gonna start is high school. That's what we do here. So high school. First of all, you tell us a little bit about yourself. Where you from? What your parents do? When you start playing basketball? All that.
Shoot. Spencer Dinwiddie.
Yep.
All right, no, I'm from Los Angeles, California, born and raised. Both my parents, same way. My dad was a real estate agent, and my mom was a professor at USC for most of my life. And then she ended up owning a couple preschools, and she still does that today. So, you know, education was always obviously a focus.
Makes sense now.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It makes sense now. Professor USC, man. Look, when I told my mom that school wasn't my passion, she looked at me like I had like robbed a bank.
Hey, listen, that go off one of the podcasts we did talk about our why.
Yeah.
You disappointed mom a little bit.
Listen.
Oh yeah.
That ain't what you do.
Nah, for sure. It was that was probably like my sophomore year. It was right when I kind of figured out I was gonna be okay and get a scholarship possibly. And I was like, you know, mom, like, I'll still get solid grades. I'm not gonna embarrass the family.
Right.
But like this 4.0 stuff probably is gonna stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's probably gonna look like 3 point, you know, three.
Which is not bad.
It's not bad.
For sure. But she was.
I wish I had 3 point something.
Man, what?
So she was definitely upset about that. But you know, it is what it is.
When did you start playing basketball?
4 years old.
Actually, first of all, before that, did you play any other sport?
I played football and also skied.
You skied? Wow.
Yeah.
Skied, but you from LA?
Yeah, this
my
like,
dad
wait,
skied,
I'm confused.
My dad skied and rode bikes, so I ended up skiing. I don't really like to ride bikes.
Where did
like
you go to ski?
I mean, there's mountains, bro. You
Like
just gotta
Big Bear.
drive. Big
Yeah,
Bear.
Big Bear.
Yeah, just different places.
I live in
bro.
LA, so I know now. I didn't know it.
Big Bear.
You can get there. It's gonna take good 2 hours, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, but you can get to some snow.
So was you like nice though in skiing?
Oh yeah, I was nice.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
That's sick.
Do you still do it?
No.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Oh, you can't. That's
Bro,
probably in the
not
contract.
only can I not do it,
Yeah,
I've also torn my ACL twice. Like this is,
Okay. We're gonna get into all that. We're gonna get into it. So you started playing. You said 4.
Yeah.
Started playing at 4. When did you find out? Like, okay, I might be pretty good.
I mean, 2 different times.
Mm-hmm.
Like I thought I was good at first because I was better than everybody in my neighborhood and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I realized I wasn't that good as I started to go to like high school-ish.
Yeah.
Because I was also small and slow. So I started high school at 5'7", 117 pounds, and I was slow. So
117.
yeah, no, I was like a child. Yeah, I was like a child, but I grew 3 inches every year. High school. By the time I graduated, I was 6'4", 165, and was kind of like getting quicker and stuff, and kept growing in college, and then I got better. So
okay, so first of all, you're a small fry. You grew 3 inches every year.
Yeah,
Spencer. As what you've told me, you weren't a guy to go to all the camps.
Nah.
You weren't a guy. You weren't a high recruit guy. You wasn't a guy that just not everyone knew Spencer Dinwiddie.
Not at all. No,
how did you which is different from me, not trying to brag on that, but like how did you get the recognition that you end up getting? Or did you ever get it?
No, hell no. So, I mean, but we talked about this though. You were at McDonald's. You were the guy.
Yeah.
You were one of them ones.
Yeah, I was.
So I was still one of them ones because you're in the league. So you can't. This is a whole nother thing. Podcast. Whoever you think is not nice and whatever, like there's only like 500 of us. So you top 500 out of 8 billion. You one of them ones.
Listen, I always say the last man on the bench will still bust your ass.
Oh yeah, you one of them ones for sure. But in context of high school though,
literally.
Listen. In context of high school, yeah, you were definitely one of them dudes, and I was like 146th, I think, to be exact.
I didn't know they go that far.
Yeah, they go to 150.
Okay.
But yeah, I was like 146. But I think overall, like what that did, because I always thought I was better than my ranking and better than what people thought. I mean, even now, right? Like we talk about guys that hoop or do things at a high level, and I'll be like, sure, you know me. I was like, can't nobody in here guard me. Ain't lost a one-on-one. None of that. You know what I'm saying?
On your shoulder and
that's
everything.
wrong. And so that was born in that time period because I would have success against some top-ranked guys, but you don't get the high ranking because at first you're small. Then you're slow, you know what I'm saying? Then you're growing into your body. And so I think like I probably started to get a little bit of recognition in college, probably around my sophomore year, when I decided to go back to school and went to like Adidas Nations and stuff like that. But that was my real first taste of like that type of recognition and love. Yeah. And I told myself,
so we're going to stay in high school. We're going to get to college because I know you got a lot that went going on in college. So when you were in high school, right? Mm-hmm. Who was the guy that you kind of? So for me, when I was in high school, it was kind of like, yes, I had the recognition, but I'm still watching guys like, what do they do? Like I watched John Wall, I watch guys like that.
And he from LA, so that LA market.
Yeah, so you got
we had dudes.
Listen,
at my high school alone, obviously you had
TAF, right?
Yeah, TAF. Yeah. We had Larry Drew, was McDonald's All-American, went to Carolina.
Yep.
Nah, so you just got dudes, man. Like,
what's up, Josh?
Everybody at a far higher level than one day. Josh Green for sure.
Yeah.
But Brandon Jennings was like a god.
And his mixtape.
So Brandon Jennings went there.
No, not to TAF, but he was an LA guy.
Oh,
yeah.
So
we had LA market.
Brandon Jennings, James Harden.
Yeah.
Taylor King went to Duke, right? You got Kevin Love played for SoCal Supreme. Renardo Sidney is an underrated one.
Oh, I remember Renardo Sidney.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! Listen, we played him in the city semi. We ended up winning, but like he opened the game with like 3 threes, and we were like, "Oh shit, it's over!" Like this dude 6'10".
He was cold.
285, 300 pounds, something like that. Kaboogie.
He was cold.
Came down, cashing threes. Was like, what we gonna do?
All right. We always ask every guest on this show, best mixtape. When you was in high school that you remember, best mixtape was who? I say I forgot to add him. I had John Wall and JT Terrell mixtape his senior year was nuts.
Mixtape was stupid.
Nuts.
But I feel like D Rose and Tyreek Evans had some crazy mixtapes too.
He done went back in the archive.
He did.
But see, you gotta remember though, I'm a little bit older.
Yeah.
So I'm looking up to these guys. So like, you say a JT Terrell, and I think he's like 2010. So I was 2011, so that's in my age range. Like, you go back to D Rose, who's 07.
Yeah.
That's who like 07, 08 is really where I'm like looking up, like, because they're seniors in college and whatever. So I'm looking at the Mike Beasleys.
Yep.
Like I saw him in a tournament one time when I was a kid and was like, yo,
Mike was sick. He was cold.
DC Assault, I was like, oh my God, he's a problem.
Mike Beasley
Mean
was cold.
Streets, Eric Gordon, D Rose.
So you saw them play in high school?
Yeah, because you go to a tournament and they're like the main event. Like they're the ones. Like So
that was
Renardo Sidney, bro.
Yeah,
right, he was cold.
He was a problem.
He was
I played
nice.
against him. Like I didn't play against D Rose and him, but like I played against
Renardo.
Yeah, crazy.
The LA market is, and it's still like that.
Yeah,
The LA market is still like that.
Listen, California will always breed hoopers. Always breed hoopers.
But they not the hoop state though.
They definitely not the hoop
They
state.
not the hoop
How?
state.
North Carolina is the hoop state.
Yeah.
But how? Explain that.
I'm just gonna explain it in me, but
Yeah, focus in and go to D.
I like that one.
But- so we've all talked about the good stuff.
Oh, you skipped that.
No, we about to skip that.
No.
We're not about to get it all that
please.
right
All right, this is
gonna
what
be a
I
whole
say.
new segment now.
This is what I always say because
Listen.
me and Cam always argue about
now.
this
Okay,
too.
go ahead.
California is just so big.
Exactly, bro.
Bro.
We talked about this in the locker room.
We got hoopers.
It's
in
not
a
even
small North Carolina
It's
state.
not even.
No. But what I'm trying to tell you is we probably have more all-stars than y'all have hoopers in
Yeah, but look at the
We
size
got
of
Jordan.
California. That's my point always. I always be like, we got MJ.
Oh, wait, that's all you basing it on? One dude?
I'm just saying
I
we got
mean,
the
he's
greatest
dope.
player to
I
ever
mean,
play the
yeah, I
game.
mean-
If that's the case, then I would argue that Ohio's a better state than y'all because they got LeBron and Steph. Damn.
No,
Wait,
what do you
I
mean?
mean,
Steph
what
Steph
you
is
mean?
from North Carolina.
No, he's not.
He was born in Ohio for like 2 days.
Damn, why?
He
For
was
2
born in
days.
Ohio for like 2 days.
Oh my God.
Hey, listen,
Got
I'll
him
tell you
on
this.
the whole
I'll tell you this.
podcast.
If my mama had me in Alaska, I'm not claiming Alaska because I was there for 2 days.
Right.
When he tells the story,
if my mom had a layover in Alaska and I was coming to form.
When Steph tells the story, he says he was born in Ohio. That's what he literally says.
Okay, I just said a great example.
So you got the best
if
shooter.
my mom had a layover in Alaska
But
for
it's
2
what
days.
he claims, though. He says, I was born in
He
Ohio.
doesn't claim it. He just
Man,
says I
Steph
was
be in
born.
North
He
Carolina
claims
more
North
than he
Carolina,
be in
bro.
Ohio.
But first off, he be in Cali more than he be in
Oh my
North Carolina.
God! He's been in Cali at what?
These Cali
What is
people,
it,
bro,
year
I tell
15?
you.
That's the only time he was probably in Cali.
I'm just saying.
He went to Davidson. They didn't go to Cali much. I'll tell you that right
I'm
now.
just saying.
But so we talked about all the good stuff. What was one of the hardest things you had to go through in high school, or something that made you like a better person or player today?
In high school?
In high school, like for example, I had got cut from the USA team, stuff like that. Like I couldn't handle being number one in the nation. I couldn't handle certain stuff that came
That all
with it.
sounds like good stuff.
Yeah, I'm about to say, but
No,
like
no,
for
no. But
him,
it's I'm saying
My
that you
road
learned.
was trash. The whole thing was hard. What do you
I know,
mean?
my example
Hey,
was
and
crazy.
then-
Bro, you're like,
then he's from LA.
Crazy.
I was number one. It was hard
No,
for
no,
me.
no,
Like,
no.
I'm
I'm just- but
I'm
I'm
trying to
being
say
real.
it very humble though.
I'm
huh?
trying to say it humbly,
I
but
get
I'm
you, I
also
get you, I
trying to
get
be
you.
like, listen, I couldn't handle that stuff. Like I knew, like I look back on him like, bro, I could not handle it because I was always the hunter, and now I was being hunted, and I was like, dog, like this is a lot. But I can probably see like, because I talked to you about it already.
Yeah.
You didn't have offers, like
Yeah, not a ton of them.
you didn't have a ton of offers. So like I said, what was something that you went through in high school that was like, damn, how am I gonna get mentally through this or something like that? Did you have any injuries in high school?
No. I mean, I broke my fingers, but like, it was like
I broke my
nothing.
wrist one
I
time.
think
Yeah.
the better question is,
Yeah, help me out here.
what motivated you? You said you came in 117, and how tall are you? 5'7"?
5'7".
What motivated you to be like, all right, wait, even though I'm small, I can still, climb this low, which you did.
Yeah,
You know
well,
what I mean?
because like I said, I had different points where I was like successful at basketball. It wasn't like I was ass at the game.
Yeah.
It's just that like I would beat my peers, and then like when I'd climb a level or whatever it is, it just kind of would take me a time period to catch up in a sense.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But when that happens consistently enough, it's like, well, all right, we go back to work. We
Yeah.
got to figure this level out now. We got to figure this level out. But so when you talk about like your difficulties, which obviously handling success is a big thing just for any human to deal with, right?
Yeah.
So I completely understand that. But in my experience in high school, especially younger years, right? I was so far at the bottom
Mm.
that you scrapping for any level of daylight.
That's
Like
Yeah.
you just,
perspective.
yeah, like it wasn't even like I was in the middle and like, oh, if I could beat him, I'm gonna be ranked, 20th, and and if I get him, I get McDonald's. Like, bro, I wasn't sniffing none of that. So the whole thing was about like, I have so much ground to make up, so many people on this checklist that I had to keep my head down and you know,
And
not to be
grind it
cliche,
out, yeah.
but run my race.
Yeah.
Right. And to your point, like I didn't have blue blood offers. Like
Yeah.
UCLA was the only blue blood that recruited me, and that's obviously in my backyard. I had a lot of Pac-12, so it wasn't like I was, again, like we're not talking about like I was some bum off the street. Like,
Right.
Yeah. It wasn't like Duke and Carolina and Kentucky and any of them, Syracuse, anybody else you want to name. Like, wasn't none of them coming.
Yeah.
So it came down to Pac-12, which was ended up being Colorado, or Harvard, which was the whole education piece of my family and all that stuff. And again, because as you know, I'm slightly mentally deranged, I was like, oh guys, don't worry. I figured out this level. It's going to take me about 1.5 years to figure out this level. And I'm going to the NBA in 2 years. Don't worry. Pac-12 it is. Let's go.
Where do you think that came from? Like, that's like a lot of people.
This dude's logic is bananas.
Like, that is a crazy, like, where did that come from,
it's
bro?
crazy. Like, that's a great question. Like,
You know what I
your
mean?
confidence. And I'm like, I tell people this all the time. Like, Spencer's confidence is at an all-time high.
Yeah,
all
it
the
gotta
time.
be.
And it can hurt you. And it can help you at certain times.
But you just
like
think
to
about
have that, and it's amazing, bro. Like from where you were, as far as like not getting recognition, but like, listen, I'm gonna figure this shit out.
Like,
And when I figure it out,
determined.
it's over. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's crazy. So like, where'd you get that?
I would say like the two main places would be my parents. One,
Yeah.
from a young age, were like, you can do anything you put your mind to. You want to be president, you want NASA, whatever, you know, which is, I think, great to tell your kids. I'm talking about when I'm like 4 or 5, 6, stuff like that. And then also, if everybody is constantly telling you that you can't do something.
Yeah, now I got to prove a point.
You got 2 choices, bro.
Yeah.
If they tell you can't hit the conditioning test, you either say, oh, well, you know, okay, I'm not going to hit it.
Yeah.
Or you say like, no, watch this.
Right.
And so what happens is every time you say, watch this, and you do it, well, you validate that to yourself.
Yeah.
And so when you are talking to yourself every day, and you got to remember, like, everybody can think you crazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if every day I'm telling myself something, and I'm not even one of these big like manifestation, blah, blah, whatever. I'm not even going that route. But I'm just saying, every time you check another box, well, I don't give a shit what you said.
Yeah.
Right.
I did it.
Right.
So, I can't make varsity? I did it. I can't do, I can't win a state champion. I can't get,
That's real.
listen, bro. Now we in the league and they're like, Spence, you can't, what can't I do?
Right.
You seen him guard me?
Yeah.
That's real, though. That's
smart.
real.
It's crazy though, because like I'm just sitting here thinking like that's just a whole different path. And that's what we like to talk about here. That's a whole different path of like you're thinking about, and not trying to throw no shade, but like that's the beauty of like getting this message out there for like people who in the same situation as you. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of
Like
people give up.
it's crazy. I'm thinking like, bro, like I never had to think about, am I making varsity?
Yeah.
I knew I was making varsity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like for you to have that mindset and grind, like I think people need to watch this and understand, have this mindset because you got it. First of all, when you get here, you better have it because
for sure.
there's no one spoon
sure.
feeding you or holding your hand to do whatever. They like, you're a grown man. If you want to do it, you're going to do it. And no one's going to tell you to do anything. You got to want to do it. And he wanted to be great. And he knew he was like, all right, my step is, you think I'm not going to be a varsity basketball player? Watch me.
Yeah.
You think I'm not going to go to college and play at a high level? Watch me. So now that we get to college, and Spencer went to Colorado. You had offers from all Pac-12 teams, most of the majority of Pac-12 teams. What made you pick Colorado?
Well, I get this analogy out all the time. I feel like picking a college is like picking a shorty. And so I've said this a ton. No, I swear to God. I've said this a couple times. So don't laugh. No.
Where's this
really?
going?
Where is this
Really? Nah, y'all got peep this real.
Okay.
So obviously we know there are a range of women in the world.
Mhm.
There are very attractive women, not very attractive women, all this other stuff. Big range. A lot of times people go for the maximum attractiveness level. It's a very short-sighted goal, but it's like they see what they see on Instagram, whatever it is, they go for the maximum attractiveness level. And, you know, that girl may or may not really want you.
Right.
You don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She may want Brian. Who knows? Right?
Yeah.
Jesus.
I'm just saying, like, I you know.
No, I'm with you.
Right? Or whoever else. But, like, No, for real, because I'm dead serious.
He's so serious right now. I want to know this. I want to know this analogy right now.
So
I want to know this analogy.
Or Mark Cuban, whatever. Who cares, right? Dallas, whatever. So anyway, point being, right, as a man, and especially when you're in a tough road and things like that, you're probably staking your legacy on this type of, you know what I'm saying, decision.
Yeah.
Right? Like, because it's going to be your family, et cetera, whatever.
Yep.
So you want the person that's going to be invested in you and go through the trenches with you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? When a school is really like, yo, you're our number one recruit.
Yeah.
We need you.
Mm-hmm.
That also means they got to play you.
Mm-hmm.
If you fuck up a couple times, they're going to give you a couple chances.
Yeah.
Now, it doesn't mean you could just, trick off the entire situation.
Yeah.
You got to go there and respect them.
And you probably went in with more confidence knowing you were their number one guy and you're going to have...
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. So my first game, I played well my first game, but then my next 3 or 4 games, I was bad. Freshman year.
Mm-hmm.
And they politely brought me in the office and was like, yo, get your head out your ass.
Right.
We're not going to bench you, but come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need something. We need something out of you.
We need something.
Hey,
come on.
But the thing is, bro, I don't mean to cut you off, but coaches, please do that. Understand that probably helped his whole career.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they coaches would be just sit there and let you just fall off the cliff instead of just being transparent.
But that's the thing, though. I feel like when they not really invest in you and they don't necessarily look at you as the prize or your son or whatever.
We'll have another one.
Because you got to remember, if I go to Carolina, let's say I scratch claw, whatever, I get to Carolina. Yes, I'm a North Carolina Tar Heel, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, bro, we got Theo Pinson, number one recruit coming in next year.
Yeah.
You can bounce. My dude, y'all both 6'5", y'all both athletic. You a 3-star from LA, gone. He McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
Gone, transfer wherever. We don't care. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
that's smart.
You're not afforded that opportunity. And, knowing also who I was, and if it was going to take me time to figure out a level, remember, I'm crazy confident, but I'm also realistic.
Right.
So I went into it
Which is important.
shit. All right, I'm tall now, I'm getting stronger, I'm getting athletic, I'm going to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
But if it does take me time to figure this out, I'm going to need them to give me some time to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And so it did. It took me probably a good 10 games to really figure out the college game.
Mm-hmm.
Once I did, though, it was off to the race. I ended up being runner-up freshman of the year to Tony Roden, who had a monster freshman year at Washington and definitely deserved to win and went on to the NBA. But that's all I needed was that little piece of time, those 2 months, you know what I'm saying, to kind of stumble a little bit and figure it out. And knowing that of myself, it was look, this is a fairly easy decision. Instead of going to UCLA, Kentucky, whatever it is, and then being all right, look, bro, you tricked off 2 games for us. Go on.
No, that's crazy because, we talked about it earlier in the podcast. A lot of these kids now just go for the big name. And then they get there, and then you either don't play or you play, you have a bad game, and then now your career is a wrap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's crazy. What was your biggest adjustment through those 10 games trying to adjust to the college style?
I think one thing about it was there's zero space in college.
Yeah.
And my team also wasn't a great 3-point shooting team.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm where am I supposed to go?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And so that was it. Cause remember, I'm getting athletic and I'm learning how to put all that together. I'm not this hyper explosive D-Rose type guy, you know what I'm saying, to a degree yet. So it's all right, I think I can get in this lane. Then it closes quick. My guys are all cutting in behind me because they're not 3-point shooters. So am I supposed to pitch it here? Am I supposed to, you know what I'm saying? So you're learning your team, learning a college game. You're realizing there ain't no space here.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to either figure out how I'm gonna pull up for this midi, or how I'm a foul bait or whatever it is, which I end up getting pretty good at. I'm just being real.
No, for sure.
Because sophomore year, I was another top 10 or whatever it was in free throws at the time. So that started in part there because it was okay, if I can't get all the way in there because our spacing's bad, how can I trick this dude into give me easy buckets? You know what I'm saying? How can I make sure that I'm taking quality shots or knowing where my teammates are going to be? Just
the IQ of the game.
Yeah, and we also had seniors and upperclassmen, so you're not just getting a volume of possessions. It wasn't like they gave me the rock and said, hey, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
This wasn't like Trae Young at Oklahoma. It was no, you're going to have your touches, but we also have another senior guard with you, a senior, a wing, Andre Robertson, who was an NBA prospect at the 4.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So there's
Yeah,
other
yeah.
pieces you have to play with. You know what I'm saying? Like we're trying to win, and we ended up actually winning the Pac-12 championship that year, which helped me too, in terms of just being on draft boards the next year after that. But it was like you're figuring it all out. You know what I mean?
Do you think that helped? So I think a lot of people, and this a lot of people in the NBA too, like they nice, talented, but they don't know how to play as a team.
No,
right?
no.
So do you think with them not just giving you the rock and saying go, and like making sure that like you feeding the seniors and things like that, did that help you like with the team, playing within the team and stuff?
I think growing in the game the right way, I think my high school situation, my college situation helped me be a pro.
Yeah.
Mentally quicker than some of my other classmates or now, especially the youth, because from what I see for the most part now, it's like a ton of clout chasing. Like they, you know what I'm saying? You want to get dunked, you want to highlight, you want like some crazy, it's like, bro, like you got to realize.
Play the right way, bro.
Yeah.
Look, bro, you got to realize J Kidd and them, Sweeney and them coaching staff, bro, they don't care if you could do a 360 windmill.
And I'm telling you this right now. If
you're
you
not
get
getting
drafted by the Dallas Mavericks, who gonna have the ball in their hands?
Luka Doncic gonna have the ball 50% of the
Learn
time.
how to play the right way.
And then Spencer Dinwiddie gonna have it
exactly
the other time. Like, that's what it is, bro. Like,
listen, I'm telling you, bro, play the right way because at the end of the day, these teams have their guys.
Yeah, there's max players.
They have the guys.
Yeah.
We're gonna get to that. But
for sure. Just like you said though, it helped me grow in the game the right way, it helped me understand the team concept. But yeah, now the cloud chasing is at an all-time high, and it's terrible because it doesn't resemble basketball at all. Like there's just no way.
Nah,
Like
I agree.
So thinking about the college, it probably won't be hard for you. What was the game that it clicked? Do you remember the game? Do you remember was it freshman year, sophomore year that like you said, it might have took some time? Was it
the game?
Well,
that,
you
so all my moments were probably practice moments where it clicked, because you got to remember,
that is interesting.
Well, I drew my confidence from other places because we talked about how like the role was different. So it would be like when I realized, oh, nobody on my team can guard me. So we got a all NBA defender, and I dunked on him like second week.
That's a confidence booster.
I'm like, okay, look, we might gotta figure these games out, but we gonna figure them out. Like, that's kind of how I took it. Like, and, you know, it was really like that in high school, same way. Like we had, dudes that went D1 beyond Larry. We had like Justin Hawkins went to UNLV, Eugene Phelps, Long Beach State. We had a lot of guys that went D1. Bryce Jones, rest in peace, who actually ended up playing UNLV, USC, Iowa State, and in the league for a second. But it was like once I realized that, oh, like y'all can't guard me. Okay, cool. I'll figure these games out. Oh, I just dunked on our All-NBA defender.
Yeah.
I shook him, boom, dunked on him. Oh, y'all can't guard me.
Yeah.
We gonna figure it out. Got in the league, it was the same thing. It was like I'll be in practice going crazy. And, I caught more DMPs than I'd like to talk about in my first 2 years, you know what I mean? But it was like, oh, if they can't guard me, like, we gonna figure these games out.
Yeah.
That's really where a lot of times I took confidence from, was actually just the work every day, because it was like, yo, if y'all can't stop me at some point in time, I will get to the show and be able to do this.
That's dope.
Yeah, that work ethic.
So what was the biggest, well, first of all, you were an education guy going into college, but what was the biggest adjustment in college for you? Like time management?
Yeah, probably that. Like, I would say just the amount of time. I had a ton of freedom. You know what I mean? Like, my parents were really strict. Like, shoot, still are.
Yeah.
I probably got to call them after this podcast. They're banging my line. No, but I think that was probably the biggest switch. Now, I didn't necessarily take advantage of it. Like, I honestly kind of even wish I did, because I was so hell bent on like going to the NBA that like I didn't take college for what it could be. And that doesn't even mean like the fun parts, like partying or whatever. It just means like even school or talking to professors or whatever. It was like, yeah, whatever, did I pass? Cool. League.
Yeah.
All right, whatever. League.
Like,
Like,
I can see
what
that.
you talking about? Yeah, whatever. NBA.
Did you think you took advantage of, like, because this is what we talk about a lot on here, is like, did you take advantage of the connections that you could have made
No.
But you said no because you had one
you
goal.
You had a goal.
Yeah,
you had a
like,
goal.
I would.
And that's the tough thing. That's the
yeah.
tough part because like there's a lot of guys who have that goal, right? All they care is about achieving that goal.
Yeah.
But that ball gonna stop bouncing.
For sure.
And I would say this. You learn that later.
Yeah.
Because now you're doing all types of stuff now, and you are like, but we talked about it. The connections we made in college definitely help us out a lot now.
For sure.
And it's interesting to hear you say that because, like I said, it's something we've talked about as far as like, I think people need to take advantage. Like if you do go to college, like I saw they damn near said, if you're 12, you can go to the league now. So, if you do go to college, still take advantage of that. But you can still be locked in, but also you never know who.
Exactly. And I think to that point, right, networking and those things, if you do it right, doesn't actually take away from your pursuit of NBA. And I think that's what young guys got to understand. Yeah. I think when people talk about being laser focused, it's probably staying away from like partying and you know, that type of stuff, which, you know, I'm grateful that I did, but I was just so like locked in on this one goal because I obsessed over it. You know what I'm saying? Like that, you know, I just didn't do that. And as I matured in the league, and I would say probably years 4, 5 is when I really started like opening myself up. I mean, not to be too dramatic, but like to the world in terms of like, oh, I do crypto and I do this. And people had to tell me like, yo, like, oh, you're doing all this stuff. Like you got to talk about it a little bit so people at least know that you're passionate about it. You know what I'm saying? You can make those connections. And that's when that really started, was probably about year 4 or 5 in the league. So, you know, it's been about 5 years now I've been doing it. But in college, though, none of that. It was just like, nice to meet you. You know what I'm saying? It's great. Oh, you own a glass company and make $1 billion. That's cool.
Cool.
Like, great. But like, I'm going to the league.
And it's crazy.
And I wish I'd have done that different for sure.
No, it's crazy because that's the, like, we keep saying that's the point of this whole podcast. Because, like, for me, I knew I wasn't going to the league. Yeah. So I had to be like, all right, I still want to be around the league. So how you were super laser focused on going to the NBA, I was super laser focused on meeting my professors or meeting the execs when I'm getting internships and things like that, because I knew like the only way I can stay around this game is to build those relationships. Yeah. You know what I mean? For sure. I definitely get that. And that's the blessing and the beauty of everybody's journey, because you can be an athlete, you can be a businessman and all that, but everybody's laser focus always gonna come back to building relationships
for sure.
At the end of the day, you know what I mean? So I definitely see what you were saying.
Like, especially now, because like we're blessed to be in a situation where like we can call somebody right now and we need something done. We're able to do that, but we can't do that unless we don't have those relationships with those certain people.
Well, I'll take it a step further. I don't know if I'm here if JD and Theo don't co-sign it.
Yeah,
because I was getting kicked out the door in DC. You know what I'm saying? And
we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into that.
My bad. But you were talking about relationships. That's a real bar. Like, I'm on your podcast.
We're going to get into that. We're going to get into that. But one more thing in college, you tore your ACL. You tore your ACL. What year? What was that year?
2014.
You're a sophomore?
Junior.
You went 3 years. So I don't know why I'm thinking you went 2. But
so I went back. I should have left after my sophomore year. I had like USA Team, Adidas Nation.
So your sophomore year, you could have left.
Sophomore year.
Oh, you could have dipped. So why you stay?
No. But listen. Let me ask you this before you even answer. Was it more of like you wanted to go dominate? Or was it?
Hell no. My dad told me to go back. Bro, I was so done with school. Bro, when I decided to go back, because I had a conversation with my dad told me to go back. I was like, okay. I literally went to the coach, was like, I'm letting you know.
I'm going after this year.
I came back because my dad told me to. I am leaving after this year.
Yeah. That's crazy.
There is no chance I'm coming back.
Why did he tell you to stay?
Just, I mean, we had never went through like the draft process before. So like when they were talking about.
Trying to get into the real.
No, that's cool. Like, we had never went through the draft process before. Like, I'm the only person that's ever done anything like this at this type of level. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's just, we had never experienced it. So when they're like, oh, like, you could go between lottery and like, you know, 35, 40, whatever it is. Like, I had this huge range, right? Yeah. I'm not knowing, I'm finna go to these workouts, and the same dudes that couldn't guard me during the season, I'm gonna smoke these dudes. Because we're gonna be playing one-on-one, which I never lose.
Right.
I might go top 10. I didn't know this. I'm thinking like, oh, if the range is that high, they could just decide they don't like you. You could be second round, not guaranteed. And you hear all these horror stories and stuff like that. So, and we didn't know. You know what Yeah, I mean, it was just pure ignorance, and not ignorance in the negative connotation, but we just literally didn't know. So I went back and I told my coach, I was like, look, I'm only coming back because my dad made me. You know what I'm saying? I'm leaving after this year, but I want to have the best season in Colorado history. So don't think I'm going to make this about me.
Right.
Like, I want to win because I know I'm leaving.
Yeah.
So I don't want you to take this wrong way. And then I took my starting 5 to breakfast, which I thought I was balling at the time. It was like a $50 breakfast. I was like, oh my God. But and I told them too. I was like, look, I'm letting y'all know too.
I'm out.
I'm leaving after this year. Now, we can either play together, we can all average about 15, we can win a bunch of games, and maybe some of y'all leave too. Or y'all can bitch and moan and complain. I'll average 20, and I'm still gonna leave. So however y'all want to do this,
I'm 100%.
I am not coming.
I know this story is real.
Oh, I promise you. This is all facts. I sat them down, said that. I was like, look, bro, I'm leaving. I had just crushed Adidas Nations, USA team, all this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, cool. I'm out.
And then you tear ACL.
And then we were like 14th in the country rolling. For Colorado, that's you don't never hear nothing.
Right.
Like that. We're like 14-2.
Ain't heard it since.
Like and then we were at UW and I tore my ACL.
And that's crazy. See, I thought because his mom was a teacher, was in education house. I was like,
a lot of things that went through my head.
What you think you about to leave?
It was like, Daddy said go back.
Yeah, nah.
You know, but
I
told
you,
that
my
makes
parents
sense.
are real strict.
Yeah,
you know,
that's what I was
built
thinking.
on respect. Like my dad run the shit. So like when he was like, yo, like, and he didn't say like you better. He was just like, yo, I really, really want to caution you. And remember,
he was
like
looking out for your best interest too.
He's trying to look out because again, we don't know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like there has not been an NFL, NBA, NHL, MLB, like
ain't no blueprint.
There ain't no blueprint.
Ain't no blueprint for it.
We didn't have blueprint for that. We didn't have blueprint for millions of dollars. We didn't have blueprint for none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, was I eating beans out of can? No, not at all. My parents provided a great life. You know what I'm saying? But were we rolling?
Yeah.
Not a shot. There's things that we talk about now that they are like, Spencer, we couldn't even fathom what you're talking about. And I'm like, don't worry about it. It'll be handled. Yeah. Like they still stress out if I take a PJ. Like,
I mean, it's your parents though. You know, they not used to that life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. What was your mental like when you did it? Yeah.
First time in college, I cried.
Yeah. I
cried when I tore it. I landed in Colorado. My mom met me. So my mom flew from LA to Colorado and met me.
Mm-hmm.
I cried then. Then I had the MRI and they told me I shredded my meniscus too, and I cried again. And then my mom was like, all right, and now you want to talk about a real one? My mom, so I'm sitting on the bed. My mom's like, all right, it's been about a good 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to do? She's like, you sitting here crying. What do you want to do? And you know, I want to go to the NBA. And she looked at me and said, so do it.
Yeah.
But Mom, do it.
When your mama tell you that, it hit different.
Like she was like stone cold. Like
at that moment, I'm locked in.
Yeah.
And then it was like,
say less.
All right.
Dang, that's crazy.
All right.
That's big, bro. Hey, listen, at that point, bet. Locked in.
You had to.
You got no other choice.
You had to because like she was like, all right, I'll cuddle you for a day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But like again, and this goes to kind of like how my parents raised me, and also like the road. It's like, bro, ain't nobody walking through this door to save you. Remember, mom and dad, they don't know about the NBA.
Right.
They can't call up J Kidd and be like, hey, get my son a job.
Yep.
Ain't nobody walking through this door to save you.
Mm-hmm.
Either you figure out this rehab situation.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And we'll be here to support you, whatever we can do. So, you know, bounce ideas, whatever. Like, they're not leaving me out to dry by any stretch. But they're like, look, bro, either you do it or you don't.
Yeah.
Either you go back to school, cool, have your senior year, you can graduate, get a job, whatever. Or you can pour everything you got in this rehab and see if you still got a shot.
Yeah.
And mom seen something in you. You know what I mean? For her to be like, do it.
Mom.
And, I mean, that's...
Boy was determined.
She didn't have a choice.
Hey,
huh,
how you
DZ?
doing? I know you got $1 billion, but I'm going to league. Bye.
Hey, she have a choice, huh?
So, tear your ACL.
Yeah.
Damn near got your meniscus too. They took that.
Oh, no, all that. Lateral meniscus, medial meniscus, MCL.
Knee gone.
Yeah,
the knee's gone.
Scars.
Knee's gone.
Lord of mercy.
So, your knee's gone. You rehab, you get back. What's the league talking about? What happened
I didn't
next?
get back. I declared hurt.
You declared
You
hurt.
declare hurt.
So what'd you
Dang,
do?
that's different.
How'd that work?
I mean, I got hurt in January, and they were asking what I was going back to school in.
Yeah, that's really late.
Yeah, in April.
Mm-hmm.
And I told them no.
You get drafted?
Yeah, 38th, second
38
round.
to the Pistons.
Detroit, right?
Detroit.
Yeah.
38 to the Pistons.
Mm-hmm.
So you get drafted 38 to the Pistons. Talk about draft night.
Oh, I thought I had a promise a couple spots before that.
Mm-hmm.
They went through my medical, whatever. I was
Mhm.
recovering well. I thought I had a promise. So the funny part was when Stan called me, because promise was only a couple spots ahead. I'm not going to name teams and all this other stuff, but I thought I had a promise.
Mhm.
So when Stan called me, because they're already picking teams and whatever, I never actually visited Detroit. I just did a FaceTime interview with them like 2 days before.
Yeah.
I was like, and I told him straight up, like, I was like, look, I would love to come. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I supposedly have a promise. I don't know how this is going to work.
Right.
Obviously, I've never done this before.
Yeah.
And so when he calls me, I'm like, who is this? Like, it's Stan. I'm like, huh? Like, Stan Van Gundy of Detroit. I'm like, oh, thank you. I'm sorry. Like, because I was at home chilling. You know what I'm saying? I knew I was going in the second round, obviously, because of the injury.
Yeah.
But yeah, nah. So he just called me. I was, kind of had mixed emotions because that was my first experience with something in the league falling through when you thought you know what I'm saying, you thought you
think
had
you
it.
got something in there.
Yeah, then you have it.
Switch up.
You know what I'm saying? It's switch up.
It's the league.
It's the league. It's life. It's grown man business.
Yep.
Mhm.
It's definitely a business.
So obviously I was grateful. They drafted me, took me, and then I got ready for training camp, and that's when life really decided to test me. I thought life tested me with ACL. It really tested me with Detroit.
Yeah. So we're going to get into that. So this is year 9.
Oh, yeah.
This is year 9. So Spence, you have stints at Detroit,
Mhm.
Brooklyn, Washington. You was there like a couple months, but then now Dallas.
Yeah.
So Detroit.
Yeah.
Rookie year.
Yeah.
Talk to us about it. Because I know you got some stories about it. I've been teammates with Spence. This will be the 3rd year. I've heard of it. No, this will be 4th year.
4th year.
Yeah, this will be my 4th year, Spence.
Yeah.
So tell us about it.
I'll start off with the good and I'll go
The
to
rude
the crazy
awakening
stuff.
of, yeah.
Oh, yeah. This is by far the rude awakening. What I will say is,
It's great.
yeah, like I got birthed into the league in the best, worst way possible.
Okay.
So you coming fresh off ACL,
Mhm.
you're thinking they're gonna call you a little bit. You're thinking, hey, I'm your only draft pick at the time because they didn't have a first round pick. You're thinking, hey, like I got, Steve Blake, John Lucas, DJ Augustine, some guys playing ahead of me that are good vets, but they're like vets, right?
Yeah.
Like you're not looking at like, a backcourt tandem of
Right. Yeah.
John Wall and Paul George, where you're
Yeah.
like, all right, it's through.
Right.
You're like, okay, if I play well enough,
I
maybe
might
can get one of these vets.
you know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I know Brand James is our star right now, but maybe I can get one of these vets out the way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Make it happen. And basically, none of that happened. So I was born in, like I said, I was born into the old NBA. We
Yeah.
had 2 bigs, Josh Smith and Drummond. We had Greg Monroe still as well. So we played 2 bigs all the time.
Yep.
I had to be there. If practice started at 10, I had to be there like 7:38, just there.
You
know what I'm
had to be
saying?
there.
Oh yeah, just you had to be there 2.5 early. I had to do every rep of every drill.
Mm.
I had these things called 99.99s after practice where, it's on a
crazy.
Jumbotron on the scoreboard, it only goes up to 99.99.
Yeah.
So after I did the entire practice, everything, I was there early, whatever, 7:38. Let's say, and Stan's practices are hard and they're long. So they're like 10 to 1, 1:30.
Sheesh.
Oh yeah, 3.5 for sure. Fully taped everything.
Dang.
Then they put 99.99 up on the clock and I work out. Oh yeah.
And then 0.
Till it hit 0. So now you're talking about 3. Now I'm leaving the gym or getting in the shower, right? Because I wasn't really getting treatment like that because the
Right.
vets get the treatment. So they kick you off the table. Yeah, nah, bro, we don't care about that ACL, whatever. Boom, get off.
Sheesh.
So you talking about you get in the shower at 3, and then we had 2-a-days. So you had to be back at 5. So I'd shower up, get to the crib, 3:30. I take like a piece of a nap. And then
you right back at
and I'm
you
right back at it.
it.
So and you gotta know, like, this is old world NBA, full 2-a-days, 2 hours in the second practice. like body hurts. And think about it, you coming off ACL, so you're not in like elite shape. Like
you're trying to get back to it.
Yeah, you're trying to get back in shape while also learning a new level of shape because it's the NBA shape now instead of college. Like, you're just trying to you're trying to put all the pieces together, and they're like, oh well, figure it out.
That's what we was talking about earlier. Like, they not holding your hand here.
No.
Oh yeah, no.
Unless you're top 5 pick,
they're not holding your hand, bro. Like, it's like, hey, Theo, get in shape. We need you to do this, this, and this. It's either you do it, or we're gonna find somebody
else gonna do it. Yeah.
Exactly.
You gotta find somebody with the quickness too.
Exactly.
Oh, with
the quickness.
It was crazy, man. And like,
did you ever play in Detroit?
I mean, I played, but not for real. Like, I had a couple good games. Like, I had a 20-point.
Who was your first
game.
bucket on?
So I don't even remember. To be honest, I'm pretty sure it was in Denver because that was our first game. I think I scored that game. I don't even know.
I remember mine. I laid Thon Maker. Left. It's crazy.
I remember like, I remember my first start though. You laid him crazy.
Laid him crazy. I got a picture of him in my crib, my mama crib.
As you should.
Tough.
As you should.
Yo, you will have a picture. You will have a picture.
Nah, I mean, I think like a game that gave me a lot of confidence in the league was my first start. That was against D Rose and the Bulls back when they was rocking with Joakim and you know what I'm saying, all them. And I think I had like 12-9 and we won. And I only started that game because we had just made a trade for Reggie Jackson. Trade didn't clear yet or whatever. And trust me, bro, I'm not thinking I'm playing at all. Like, my seasons are going terrible. Like, I'm sitting and watching. Like, there was one time we were playing the Spurs. When the Spurs were rocking, we were getting blasted by like 30. They put me in the last 26 seconds. I think I missed the floater. They were like, see, you aren't ready to play. Bruh, if I made the floater, we were gonna lose by 26 instead of 28.
Yeah,
like, dude, but it's just the way this thing works, bro. I got told one time that the reason, you know what I'm saying, our team was struggling was in part because I wasn't bringing enough energy in practice. Like, is you hear all types of things. You're like, bruh,
yeah,
I'm not playing, bro. Like, the people that are on the floor getting that ass kicked right now, probably have a lot more to do with it than whether I missed a closeout.
Story. I don't even know if Spencer remember this. Attest to that, which is kind of crazy that how all this worked out.
Yeah.
So, we're in Chicago. I'm supposed to go back. I'm supposed to go to the G League to just get some minutes. This is my second year. I'm supposed to go to the G League because I wasn't playing. I wasn't getting no time. And they was like, "Yo, just go tomorrow. You're gonna go tomorrow. Just play a game and just get your legs under you." I said, "All right, bet." Middle of like that morning, or it was like late that night. Spence calls me. Spence calls me first. He's like, "Yo, be ready." I was like, "Why?" He's like, "You're gonna play tomorrow." And I'm like, "What are you talking about? I'm playing tomorrow." I said, "I leave." He probably called me the night before. I was like, "I leave in the morning, bro. Like, I'm going to the G to play a couple games or whatever." He's like, "You're playing tomorrow. Kai's not playing." And I was like, "Okay, let me lock in." And I was like, "Let me lock in." And bro, that game, that was the game I got because that's when I was on contract that year and actually played well, and we won. Yeah, we won that game in Chicago. And it was crazy. And then the GMs called me after he called me already. And I'm trying to act like I was shocked.
Yeah, like, you know, yeah.
And he's like, just be ready. And that's what it was crazy. That year, bro, the year before all that, it was,
hey,
I
man,
didn't remember that.
About being a good vet, bro.
Like, that was crazy, bro.
People used to give me little nuggets like that. Like, you know what I'm saying, Moose, it was Greg Monroe, or like, you know what I'm saying, BJ even. Like, cause I told you, one of the things that I always used to tell you, I used to torch all them dudes one-on-one. Bullock was there. Used to give Bullock crazy work. I'll get all boom, like running through them. And then they'd just be like, "Look, bro, like, just stick with it. Somebody's gonna see. Like, there's gonna be something that breaks for you. Like, you're good." You know what I'm saying? Like, and at that point in time, you gotta remember, like, it's not like you're begging your OGs for a compliment or anything like that. We all grown men. You're not thinking about that. But we all know how good it feels to have somebody be like, "You know what?
Yeah,
I see you. Don't worry.
I see you. I'm proud of you. Something. Those little things.
Like I'm gonna show you just a little bit of love when you're down. Like, I'm in Detroit by myself as a 20-year-old.
Yeah,
full snow, driving a 03
And
Mitsubishi
you from LA,
Montero
so you're not
from
used to
LA,
this.
no
Yeah.
friends, family, nothing.
Yeah.
I'm in there by myself,
Yeah,
like in the
bro.
trenches, not playing. People ask me what's going on. I'm like, bro, they just not playing me, bro. Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? First experience and all that. So like, you know, that was always big for me. And so when I was able to get into a situation, like he just said, because I know how sometimes they'll play games. Like sometimes they'll know a day in advance and they'll wait to shoot around and be like, oh, Theo, get in.
Yeah.
You know how nervous you get? Like you be anxious because you, and it's not even from the standpoint of not even having.
Or you see if you're ready.
Exactly. And it's not even from the standpoint of you not having confidence in yourself. It's like now I also want to do well for my teammate. I don't want to come in here and blow the game. Like I want us to win. Like I want to do well, yes, but I want us to win too.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, look, bro, you gonna play?
Yeah.
They told me obviously I'm a starter right now. So like they're gonna give me all the information first. You're gonna play.
I was locked in.
Hey,
that's a real one.
I had like
that's a real one.
11 to 12.
Yeah.
Could you
something like
sleep?
that.
Could you sleep the night before?
Oh, I slept lovely knowing I was playing. Oh, slept
He was
lovely.
not.
Oh, I was not. I said, I'm gonna be. I gotta get a good rest tonight. Gotta get a good rest tonight. Gotta play tomorrow.
Put the sleep mask on.
Hey, listen, I was hyped too because Chicago was weak. It was weak that year. I was like, I could go crazy against these. But so Detroit, and then you make the jump. You get traded.
I got traded to Chicago, cut.
I was about to say,
you
is
went
it
to
true?
Chicago,
Yeah.
too. I
Is it
forgot
true
about
they
Chicago.
traded you for a dude that ain't even played the NBA game or something like that? Cameron something?
All right. So check it.
Hey,
Here's what happened.
listen, yeah. When I found that
I
out.
didn't know this.
Listen.
This was never mentioned this.
Hey,
Bro,
listen.
listen.
This was never mentioned
I
this.
don't go into all the details of everything, bro. But let me tell you how bad it got in Detroit, basically. And again, like I said, I'm gonna get a positive first. They showed me the hardest parts of the league and helped, like, beyond my uncle. 'Cause I trained my uncle since I was young, but they helped form the business side of my work ethic.
Yeah.
I always worked hard because my uncle pushed me crazy and dad and all that other stuff. But they, like, the militant business nature of like, you're a grown man, you wake up every day at this time, you do this. That's Detroit.
Gotcha.
So I take a lot of credit or give them a lot of credit for that.
Yeah.
They traded me for Cameron Bairstow.
Yep.
No, he never
Me
played.
either. Never.
Never played. So he was pretty good in college. Like, he was just a hard worker, dude. Nothing special. In terms of NBA wise.
Yeah.
No shot. Cameron Bairstow, if you watch this. Yeah.
Probably not. But
He
might. We about to blow. We about to blow up.
Say, the
Yeah,
dude might be watching, dog. Like, he might be
goes
watching.
viral sometimes.
Yeah,
You never
yeah.
know. It
Go
happens.
ahead.
So I get traded to Chicago. And essentially, they tell me, you know, they like me, love me, whatever. And remember, these are one of the teams that wanted me bad in the draft. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I'm here.
Yeah.
Get a new fresh start. Cool. Well, I thought I was going to be backing up D Rose. D Rose goes to what? The
Who's the
Knicks.
coach at Chicago?
It ended up being Fred Hoiberg. So D Rose ends up going to the Knicks. We end up getting the D Wade, Jimmy, Rondo. And I'm like, okay, fine.
That was that year.
Oh, that was that year.
I'm like, okay, fine. I'm just going to be on the bench behind these guys. We'll figure it out. Don't worry. Still doing well in training camp, practice, all this other stuff. And then they trade for Michael Carter Williams.
Yep.
And they bring me in right after the trade. And they say, don't worry about it. You're going to be fine. It's all good. And I said, guys, listen, I would cut me. I was like, I'm on a non-guaranteed deal. You only owe me $400,000 or something like that. He just won Rookie of the Year a couple years ago. We both 6'6" point guards with a label that we can't shoot. And you owe him like $2.5 million or something like that. And they're like, nah, don't worry about blah, blah. 3 days later,
Gone.
Spencer K. come to the office. Bro, you could have did this 3 days ago.
Spencer's a big guy of like, don't sugarcoat or like try to
tell me, bro.
Just tell me, bro.
Tell me.
Just tell me.
Look,
Just tell
I'm
me.
a grown ass man. If I gotta go cry in the car, I will cry in the car. But like,
I feel
I've been through worse.
I feel
You feel
that.
me? I've seen a lot of bad
Transparency.
things
Yeah.
in life.
Yeah.
Like in actual real life, I've seen a lot of bad things.
Yeah.
This basketball stuff, it is
I can get
roses.
over that.
I can get over
Yeah, I
it's
can get over
roses
that.
for the most part.
Mhm.
So they do that, but what you find out is they do it so they can keep my rights for the G League.
Oh, your bird rights and stuff, right?
So I had to,
Yeah.
so I had to go to Windy City.
Mhm.
Now, shout out Nate Linzer, because we talked about points that people save people's career. He saved my career. Saved my career. He came to me and said, this before we started like G League training camp and all sort of stuff, Windy City. He said, look, Spence, I know you feel you should be on the NBA team. I know you play well enough in training camp to be on the NBA team. I'm sorry it didn't work out. I believe that you should have made it. I said, all right, coach, like, you ain't got to blow smoke in my ass.
Right.
Cool.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to be here, whatever. He's like, look, I'm going to give you the ball so you can play your way out of here. All I need you to do is respect me. Don't do the NBA, because he was the first time head coach at the time for the G League.
Okay.
He was like, don't come on some NBA stuff and try to,
Think you
be
better,
combative or whatever
yeah.
it is, because, obviously the guys are going to look, they're going to see what you do. You're the only one here with like real NBA experience.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you work with me, you can have the ball, play your way out of here.
Yeah.
What I asked for, a real conversation, tell me straight up. I was like, all right, coach, let's roll. I was like, I'm going to win you as many games as I can. I was the number one prospect in the G League, averaging like 20 and 10, like all this stuff. I was only there like 10 games and gone. Brooklyn signed me.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So going into Brooklyn, that's a great story, by the way.
Yeah.
Going into Brooklyn, your first year, you weren't there long though. No, like your first year, you got there
It was
when
partial. I think I was there for 45 games.
you was there
something like
45
50
games. But the next year is when Theo got there and the culture changed. The damn culture changed.
Number one culture guy in the league, for sure.
Yeah.
I've said
the
that.
The culture changed. I thought I was gonna come into play. I thought the team was weak. Saw the year before. I was like, oh, this team's trash.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get some minutes. I don't care. I'm a two-way. We're gonna be weak where I'm gonna get some time at some point. But I get in there, energy switched. We balling. D-Lo, all-star. Spence, damn near should have been an all-star.
Yeah.
And
Y'all was hooping.
oh my gosh. Let's talk about the year, man. Talk about that. Just talk about the year. Ain't no bad about that year. Just talk about it.
Yeah, that was fun, bro.
Yeah.
We had an interesting cast of guys. Nobody had really made no bread. We were like too young and dumb to know like how the league really, really worked.
Yeah.
We didn't know we was playing well.
No, we didn't. we was having fun. We was just having fun on the plane, talking
Y'all
crazy.
got the AU team like
Yeah, oh snap, we winning.
Yeah.
Look, let's go. Hey, look, we won. Let's go out.
Hey, it was dancing. It was crazy
It was
because
crazy, bro.
the organization, the coach, in terms of Kenny, the players, we were all at a certain like point in our lives.
Mm-hmm.
Even the GM, Sean.
Yeah, where everybody had big enough ambitions that we wanted to win and do it together, but we're young enough to where we weren't like super jaded or super like, I gotta do this or blah, blah. And everybody wasn't necessarily up for a bag or anything like that. So, you got dudes at year 2 of their rookie deal. Man, I can't get paid anyway.
Yeah.
Might as well come out here and have fun and win these games.
And we played as a team.
And play as a team.
And I tell you this, they put together, and shout out to Sean Marks. He put together the perfect vets for that year.
Yeah.
That year.
Who was the
my
vets?
gosh. We had
JD, DeMar Carroll, and Ed Davis.
Oh,
Bro,
my
I'll
gosh.
tell you how sick Ed was. Ed came to me and was like, look, Spence, you great to get into the rim. I can't catch. Don't even worry about throwing me the ball. I will rebound whatever you miss. I was coming off that pick and roll flying at the rim.
Man.
What? I was
telling
coming
you,
off
bro.
that thing a million miles an hour. And the crazy part was, because me and D'Lo played so drastically different.
Yeah.
D'Lo came in, boom, bump, methodical, pump fake, fade, cash. Okay, that's your 6 minutes. Now it's my 6 minutes. Speed.
Boom.
Gone. And so
We gave
Yeah.
every team different levels. It was crazy. It was crazy.
Spence
And-
had the fro too.
Yeah.
You had the fro.
Flying.
And it was crazy because like it helped us out a lot too, because we had Kenny, we had the coaching staff who they knew we were still like a young team trying to learn together.
Yeah.
But we had the coaches on the floor too. We had Ed, we had JD, we had DeMar Carroll, who was with the Raptors.
Yeah.
He was with
Yeah, the Hawks
the
when
Hawks when they were super
elite.
nice. Like we had a good group, bro. Like it was.
Yeah.
I can't say nothing about that season. We definitely. Would you say we overachieved? You think so?
I mean, I think we ended up.
Like we were 7. We weren't even 8.
Yeah, I think we ended up right about where we should have been in terms
That
of
was our
talent
ceiling.
level. That was probably
That
our
was our-
ceiling.
that was our
for
ceiling.
that year.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
we started off so bad
Yeah.
because we were
poo-poo.
trying to put it together. We were 8 and 18.
Yeah.
And then we went on like a
Sheesh.
10-game winning streak or something crazy like that.
What switched? I guess.
I went on every road trip after that.
Ah, here you go.
This man.
Here you go.
Hey,
Here you go.
they
No.
needed the energy.
Here you
They
go.
needed the
I'm
energy.
not gonna lie, bruh.
But there is something to be said, bro. Like to be real, for
Nah,
somebody
we
that's been
figured it
on
out, though.
multiple teams, like there's something to be said about like a good locker room. And coincidentally or not coincidentally, the best locker rooms I've been around have had Jared Dudley in them.
Yeah, we just figured out everybody role, bro.
And Theo, man, I was just I'm saying y'all two, like, I've the most fun I've had in the league has definitely been with Brooklyn and Dallas, and y'all two, I think, are a huge part of that for sure.
Bro, it's crazy because getting to that next year, so me and Spence, like I said, we bonded. We had a friendship early. My first year. Things changed drastically the next year. We get that man, Kevin Durant.
Yeah,
we get Kyrie Irving. We get DeAndre Jordan. We get Taurean Prince. The team completely changes.
Yeah.
In your mind, what changed to you, for you as a player, and for you as like looking at the team, like, damn, this is completely different. I have to change, like.
Well, I wasn't thinking change yet. Remember, because KD was still hurt.
Facts.
Yeah. So that year, I was like, all right, we still gonna come out on go. The only way we're gonna be good, Kyrie's gonna need a co-pilot.
Yeah.
So I was thinking more so in that realm. And obviously, I knew like we probably didn't, or definitely didn't have championship expectations without KD at the time with the way it was constructed. So that's really all I was thinking about. And then, when Kyrie went down, it was just about making sure that we still made the playoffs. So that's definitely it. I feel like I should have made the All-Star team for sure.
Yeah, definitely should have made All-Star.
We were
you went
6
crazy
seed.
because Kai got hurt.
Yeah, I was averaging 21-7, and we were 6 seed. And Kyrie didn't play. People don't remember, like, our lineup that we were playing was me, Garrett Temple, Joe Harris, Taurean Prince, Jared Allen, Theo Pinson, Zanin Musa, Rodion Caruks, and DeAndre Jordan.
Dang.
And we were 6 seed.
And we brought Shump. We brought Shump in.
Yeah.
Shout out Iman Shumpert.
Yeah, because he was a great
funniest
dude. He's a great coach.
He's a great coach.
Iman
Funniest
Shumpert
dude
I ever met in my
For
life. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
For sure. Them two together.
We had Shump.
Shump is
Yeah,
funny.
me and Shump together was elite. But shout out Shump. Need you on the show. But it was crazy, bro. Like, we was balling. Then COVID hit.
Yeah.
And then everybody know COVID just messed up everything.
Bubble, all that stuff.
So then you get to the third year in Brooklyn.
That was the one.
And then you tore your ACL again.
And so that was the one where I had to switch. That was the one where I came into the year like, yo, I'm going to be Draymond Green. In terms of just like, maybe I'm going to play initiator in terms of as a passer. Because if you looked at it, the way they kind of were setting it up, and, this is Golden State light.
Yeah.
Like, this is not near Golden State, because Kyrie's a much more like ball in his hands, get to the midi.
Yeah. You're not flying off screen.
Foot fakes, and he's not Steph by any means.
Yeah.
But you have that dynamic, super dynamic one. You got KD replacing that. You got a big time shooter in Joe Harris who probably can shoot with a Klay Thompson. Obviously, I'm not gonna say better, but shoot with Klay Thompson. I've seen him do, 93 out of 100 threes and things like that, which is insane.
Yeah, he can shoot.
So like, where are you gonna get that kind of like versatile, hey, I'll take on a challenge with the matchups and all that other stuff. So I was like, yo, for us to be successful, I'm gonna probably have to be Draymond Green. And the crazy part was, through the preseason and like the first 4 games, 3-4 games, whatever it was, we smoked everybody by like 30. Like, it wasn't even close.
Yeah. First game of the season.
Bruh. We went like to...
Bro. They went,
was
were y'all at Boston?
I think it was at Boston. Random. We were running everybody.
It was nuts.
Yeah,
then y'all went to Charlotte. Charlotte's where you got hurt.
Where I got hurt.
Charlotte's where you got hurt.
Yeah.
And that's when
and see, that's another thing too.
You was hooping though.
No. I wasn't going crazy. But it was like
we for the team, we
were hooping. Like, I would get like 2-3 steals, a couple buckets, like a couple assists, boom, boom. Like, but we were rolling.
Y'all was
And so it was like, and remember, we were playing teams that are already supposed to be some of the best teams. Like, we played Golden State first, random. Played Celtics, random.
Yeah.
Like, we were just like, all right, get him out of here. Like, and we were like rolling to the point where it was like, oh, this is easy.
It might be too easy.
Like, it was like, this is easy. Like, and long season, injuries happen, things happen, chemistry, all this other stuff. Like, there's no way to know what was going.
Y'all stay healthy, y'all win it.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you think about it. Like, even the when we lost, right? When I was already off and hurt and all that stuff, Kyrie had hurt his ankle. James had hurt his hamstring. Like, there was so much like injury and all that other stuff. Like, you gotta remember, bro. Like, I've had a season averaging 17. I've had a season averaging 21. had multiple season averaging like 15, 13, stuff like that. Like we lost to the Bucks on like a on a hairline.
KD big ass foot.
You got a 1 30-point a game scorer, hamstring hurt, 1 25 a night guy not playing, another 17 a night guy not playing. Like these are all guys on the team, on the roster. It's not like, oh, we wish we had him. It's like, nah, we were there. We just hurt. Just hurt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I definitely think that was probably the year that, Brooklyn would have won. Is what it is though.
Yeah. Injuries, we always talk about that
too, for sure.
Health is important when you're trying to make
What was your mental
run.
like on that second ACL tear?
I just hopped right into it. I honestly, like, as soon as I got hurt, I left, went to LA, and just started rehab. Like, and I was like, because at the time, they were talking about my market value being somewhere between like 25 and 27 million a year. Mm-hmm. And if I could show a recovery, then it'd be like
25, 27 million a year.
No. I'm dead serious. Like,
and then, not a lot of money.
No. I didn't say it like that.
It's life changing, my brother.
I didn't say it like that. So, and I was like, okay, I'm finna sign the big one. Like, cause I spent 5 years of my career on minimum. Now I signed 3 for 30, 35, whatever it is. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like, this is the one.
Yeah.
Right. Like, this is the one. Like, and I told even Brooklyn, I was like, yo, like, y'all use my bird rights, bring me back for 5, 125. Cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But when I got hurt, my market value dropped probably somewhere between like 16 to 20 if I was healthy. So then, and it could have been minimum.
Yeah.
It could have been prove it deal or whatever, 1 year 10 or whatever. There's a ton of different factors.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I'm gonna put everything I got into this.
Yeah.
And with that ACL tear, it was just ACL, like no meniscus, no MCL, no blah, 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 blah.
But you already been through the hard part already.
So I was like, look, here's what's gonna happen. Mm-hmm. Fast ACL recovery in history. And I'm at least getting me a 3 for, 60 is what I told everybody. I was like, I want 3 for 60. I want 3 for 60. And I just kept saying that. I was like, if it's between 16 and 20, I want 20 million. They're not gonna give me a long-term deal. So let's go for 3 years. And then so my goal changed from 5, 130, 125, whatever it is, to like 3 for 60. And then, I signed basically for 3 for 60.
Yeah. Nah, congrats to that. I think with the contract, what I want to get into is the business side.
Yeah.
Like you're a very business savvy person. You know what I mean? You put some of your money in Bitcoin before it was.
Oh yeah.
Like what? First of all, listen, what made you do that? And that was like, huh? Like you give me all that money.
Yeah.
It ain't going there. My opinion, but
nah.
You know what I mean? You did your thing.
I started getting into Bitcoin in like 2017.
Damn.
Yeah. So like,
Shit.
it just
Explain it.
Nah,
I don't know what the hell this shit is.
Like cryptocurrency and stuff.
2017. Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He did his thing right there.
Cryptocurrency in general, it's just something that kind of made sense to me in terms of when I looked at like our financial system is based on debt. I mean, shoot, I used to know these numbers off the top of my head when I used to do all the financial podcasts and stuff, but it's like the world's like $270 trillion in debt. Like, it's just like, the system doesn't really make much sense, right? So if you look at cryptocurrency, it's all about like security, transparency, so if you're wallet A and your wallet B, like you can send money to each other and it's all on the ledger and it's transparent, all that other stuff. Now it doesn't say your name, of course. So there is some anonymity. Governments can figure this shit out because they're governments, but like, it is what it is.
Of course.
But you kind of want with your money systems that it's there, it's real, you know what I'm saying? And it's transparent. If you think about banks right now with fractional reserve lending, like they don't even have to have the cash in the bank. Like right now, like let's say I want to go to the bank and they'd be like, hey, give me $1 million. They'd be like,
no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
What are you
Like
about?
you better call us, give us a week. We'll ask the Federal Reserve to send us $1 million in cash. Then we'll get like, bro, like when you really look at the way our financial system works, like it's dark times. You know what I'm saying?
Right now.
And I think after this economic crash, and when we decide, or the world decides, or whoever decides, you know what I'm saying, to figure out whatever the world reserve currency is going to be, because it's clearly not gold anymore. You're probably going to have some type of cryptocurrency backed token, coin, whatever it is, so that we can have a more universal means of transfer.
Yeah.
And it'll probably go back to like a more barter system, in my opinion, where like you're going to be able to trade like, you know, pieces of your house for a loaf of bread and shit like that. And
Sheesh.
it's going to be based on the fact that these ledgers and oracles will be able to kind of communicate with each other and exchange value. Now, we might be like 20 years away from that, but that's where I genuinely think it's going. And so some of these bets that you place now are like early internet.
You're talking about trading houses for bread.
Hey,
I'm saying, so think about it, bro. Like right now, right? Everybody, real quick spiel, because I don't want to take up too much of your time, but everybody wants like the ownership, but they want liquidity as well. Even if you look at team owners, right? Why do they always want to sell 49% of their team? Run me the bread, but like, don't tell me what to do. You feel what I'm saying? And so when you're dealing with banks and mortgages and stuff like that, like obviously you have these higher interest rates, et cetera, et cetera. Sometimes if we, for example, pool money together, we can get in on an investment, not have to charge interest rates, whatever. But let's say we own the house 33 each way, right? But I need to just take like 1%, you know what I'm saying, to go buy me a whatever it is. Maybe it's a car or a loaf of bread, whatever it may have you, right? Well, right now, there's no easy way to do that. Well, with cryptocurrency, one of the things it does is it helps to fractionalize real assets very seamlessly. Because when you turn it into tokens, and like I said, if you have an Oracle system that, you know what I'm saying, knows how to kind of like exchange value, right? And there's a universal exchange mechanism, then I could do that very, very simply and very easily. It would just be transferring that token to Whole Foods. Whole Foods would be like, okay, we got one house token. It's worth, you know, however many dollars or whatever it is. Here's your bread. And then they'll take that house token and give it to wherever it's supposed to go so they can get their money.
Yeah, I need to go read some more books.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to go read some more books.
It's a lot. It's going to change a lot of different systems.
For sure. For sure. Okay. We're past Brooklyn. Just to be the last thing. Past Brooklyn. We get to Washington. We're not going to really talk about Washington because that was a short stint. But Washington, appreciate you. You gave us our bread. We appreciate that, brother.
There's always good to every story.
Good. Appreciate that. You got us paid. But you get to Dallas. You're coming into a team. We're rolling a little bit.
Yeah.
What was your mindset coming in, and how did you feel like you fit or like it went in general?
Obviously
it went well.
Yeah, obviously going to West Conference Finals, it went really well. I think having been a guy that was second round guy, wanted to get paid, wanted to know my place in the league, all that other stuff. I was sensitive to the JB situation, and knowing he was up for, you know what I'm saying, money and wanted him to get his money. I want every, you know, man to get his bread that he clearly earned. And so when I first got traded here, I didn't know whether I was starting, come off the bench, whatever it was, because I knew the team was already playing well.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of like all right, we're going to see what happens.
Yeah.
Because obviously, you know, you make good money, you expect that you're going to be in a rotation. Like I knew I was going to play.
Yeah.
And, you know, wanted to start whatever, cool, but obviously sensitive to that dynamic. And like I said, we were a good team. So you never rock the boat of a good team. If we were ass, I'd have came in like, yo, what we doing?
Yeah.
But J Kid actually, I don't know if you remember, the very first practice, he brought us in the locker room. He was like, we got some new additions, blah, blah. He was like, here's how we play here. We're going to get the ball to Luka, JB, and Spencer. If you're a shooter, shoot it. If you're a rebounder, rebound. Everybody knows their job. We do what we do. Boom. So I sat there and said, well, okay. It was pretty clear. Like, it was like, these are our three playmakers. Y'all do y'all job. Anybody have any questions? No? Are we good?
Yeah.
Cool. And so I was like, well, obviously I'm not starting.
Yeah.
But like, he just told the whole team, when he's in there, get him the ball.
Get him the ball.
Y'all run.
Hey, listen, bro. Honestly, I joined the team halfway through the season. I can't be mad at that. They both hooping, the two dudes ahead of me. So, hey, how can we do this so that we can all make this happen and turn it into the West Conference Finals? So, like,
we talk about that all the time, egos.
Yeah.
A lot of guys probably in that position probably wouldn't do that.
And the crazy part about it, Spencer and Bertans came in with an ego and wanted to play and like, yo, nah, I need this, need that. Because we needed Spencer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If they came in with that type of mentality.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
It would have been curtains for us.
Same thing as
because Luka didn't play. Remember, Luka didn't play the first playoff series, game 4?
Yeah, something like that.
Game 4, it would have been curtains for us.
Yeah.
It would have been curtains because we lost game 1, which was
That was my fault though.
It was great.
I missed like 6 free throws.
A couple lays too, I think. But yeah, we did all that.
Yeah.
But I
But
still had like 25 minutes, 7.
no, definitely had a great run. But last thing is, talk about what was of last season. I think I know your answer, but what was the most fun part? Actually, let me ask you this first. Yeah, let me ask you this. What was the most fun part of the playoff run last year? Game 7 was mine. I mean, I thought that was.
Oh, well, obviously not. Look,
How many times
if you want to talk about the
Game
exact
seven?
thing, yeah, Game
Like
7
we
lit,
bring
bro.
up
You
Game
gotta talk
7
about.
every
You
damn
gotta talk about. You gotta talk about. Goddamn,
What are we
sorry.
doing here?
Think about it, man. Me and Luka in Game 7. After that, got mentioned with Shaq and Kobe.
That's
I am
crazy.
I was a Laker fan
didn't know
until
that.
I got in the
They
league,
went crazy.
and I'm a Kobe fan to the day I die. Period. So like, for a child that grew up looking at stuff like that,
Yeah.
for them to be like, hey, the only other duo to get 30 points in a Game 7, you know what I'm saying, is Shaq and Kobe.
It's legendary.
It was like, what? Boy, you want to talk about lit, of course, but in terms of just like what was most fun for me, my road in life has not been easy in terms of like relationships, basketball, all that. My road in the NBA has been ass for the most part. No, I'm saying.
No, for sure.
Like, except for bright spots here and there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Had a couple year run in Brooklyn, cool.
Yeah.
Had other difficult parts. Like, being around people that you genuinely like.
Yeah.
And it goes back to what I said. Like, I probably don't get here if you two don't co-sign me.
Yeah.
If y'all are like, nah, like, fuck him, he's a bad dude, blah, blah, they probably don't make that trade.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Having 2 friends here already, coming to a locker room, everybody accepting me, being like, yo, hey, you heard what J Kidd said? Like, Doe came up to me, I think it was like the 3rd game I played, because I was still kind of trying to like pass fit in. I think I had like 8 points my first 2 games, like 8 and 8. He was like, yo, bro, we couldn't guard you in Brooklyn. What's going on? Like, you heard what coach said? You heard what coach said. If Luka and JB ain't got the ball, go get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, that's real.
And it was like,
All right.
damn, like, so not only are the coaches saying it, the players saying it, and then like we talked about, when Moose or BJ or whatever might give me a compliment, sometimes you need to hear that
you
from,
need to hear it, yeah.
because Doe's playing 40 minutes a night.
Yeah.
And he's like, listen, I ain't out here guarding LeBron for you to not go get a basket.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wait, hold on, Doe. Wait, what'd you just say?
Yeah.
You just said, don't worry about me. I'ma go guard him. Go score.
go
It's
get a
like,
bucket.
Go get buckets.
all right, that's all right, guys. Listen, y'all
Now we
had to
can
give me
now
all
we got
this
something.
dream.
This
Y'all
is
had
a
to
got
dream.
something.
No, I was like, this is a dream. Like, because I'm coming in like, yo, listen, I know y'all playing well. I don't want to mess in another. Like,
Yeah.
look, I know coach said it. If I come out here jacking her, y'all gonna be mad.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
what the
yeah,
personalities like? I'm like, look, I don't want to rock the boat. I already know how it feels like to rock the boat a little bit, and people turn on you and they point the fingers, and obviously that's kind of some of the what I've experienced in my career, where like I think I'm doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to say the right thing or do the right thing. They're like, oh, it's his fault. It's this, it's that. So I was coming here like, yo, listen, the last thing I want is to hear none of that.
Yeah.
Like I would rather not score than to have that happen again, because I'm tired of being that guy.
That guy, yeah.
And so that was actually one of the other pivotal conversations, like I said, with Doe, where he was like, bro, I'm going to guard LeBron. Go score the basketball.
Yeah.
Like, I
It's
couldn't
tough.
guard you in Brooklyn. Come on. Come on.
Teammates like that is.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
he
he
does.
over here cracking jokes. He like, man, you got a baby on you. I'm laughing and shit on the side.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
all right.
It's
Come
time.
on, it's time. Like, we
Time
got
for you. I
Let's
need
go
now
to
we
business.
really got it. I gotta
Stop
go.
playing around.
Yeah, we gotta go hoop.
Yeah. All right. Last question. Who in the league, who's the first person to bust your ass to like introduce, like, okay, I'm in the league now? Because we got your welcome to NBA moment. That was just your whole Detroit experience.
Yeah. So that's
Yeah.
Who was like doggone?
the hard part about that is like, because I blocked out most of that first 2 years, I don't really know, to be honest. Like, I don't. Like, I don't. And I've also been fortunate enough that because of the position I play, I typically don't have the guy. I think I only started guarding the guy for real when I was playing with D-Lo.
Mhm.
And so, I mean, Harden gave us 60 that one game. That was crazy.
That was nuts.
Like, we had some times where people
Came back and won that game, though.
Oh, listen, hey, wait. 33 and 10 had 9 points in the last 15
Sheesh.
seconds,
Yeah.
T-Mac style on the Rockets
Came
floor.
back and won that game.
Game winner, whole nine.
Impressive.
Like, hey, go to YouTube.
Yeah,
It's
they
on there.
Play the clip.
Play the clip.
We play clips here.
But yeah, nah, like I've definitely been in games where I got caught with some heat for sure.
For sure.
I just don't remember the very first time.
Yeah.
It's all good. I wouldn't want to remember it either.
Yeah.
But Spencer, we appreciate you, my boy. That is another episode of Run Your Race. Everybody follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, watch it on YouTube, subscribe. Thank you for coming on. AJ, appreciate you coming down to Dallas.
Yes, sir.
And have a good year, my brother. We're going to need it for sure. Hey,
My boy.
That's another one. That's a wrap.
There you go.
Yeah.